and we are here. Okay, so yeah, they should be able to hear you. Everybody should be heard right now.
Hey,
Okay, cool, cool,
Hey, why
cool.
why did the Raiders win when we weren't watching?
Because that's what they do. I can't be a Raiders fan no more because they let this.
they left us because they wanted more money. They didn't leave us because they were good.
So
I'm
if
not-
if if your
I'm
wife
not-
left you because she wanted more money, could she be your wife again?
Hell nah.
Okay.
Hell nah. Right, hey,
Right. Right.
What did Richard Pryor say? She better walk out there and them hush puppies. Don't come around here with that. No.
Man.
No.
Exactly. But look, you already know what it is. It's your man, Summer Man, and we got a squad today. All right, we got Noir King R7, send your ass to heaven. We got my man Age Silla, also Painkiller. We got my man DJ Rowe, DJ with the flows, and we got Spider Beats on the beats he always eats. You feel me? And today's topic is deep. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about colorism in the black community and also colorism and how it affects us as far as racial divisions within our own community. You feel me? And so in that spirit, I want to ask y'all all a question. What was it like for you growing up as a black person in your skin tone?
Ooh, that's an easy one. That's easy.
Do you want to start us off?
Sure, why not? Okay, man, y'all know what it is. It's your boy Noir King. Hey, man. So colorism. Being that I am, blacker than the Ace of Spades, I most definitely have felt the divide, not only amongst our own people but other races as well. I mean, shit. Not to say that it's a problem now, but when I was younger, definitely, dating was definitely a thing. As no woman, right, really wants to talk to you because you are dark skinned because of what the media has associated that with, if that makes sense to the people. If you look on TV or you look at any movie, anything ever, if they are evil, they are the darkest of skin. If they are in prison in the movies, then they are the darkest of skin. Perfect example of this.
Why Darth Vader had to be black?
He was black in real life. Michael Clark, the big black guy who died a couple of years back. He was in Green Mile, right? He was the definition of the big black guy. Him and Vin Rames, those are two dudes that you call. But guess who gets the roles of heroes and who gets the roles of villains? Because see, Michael Clark played mostly villains his entire life, and Vin Rames got to be heroes the majority of his career. Crazy shit, isn't it? Both of them black, both of them big, but Vin Rames is just a little bit lighter. So I guess he's just a little bit righter, as my granddaddy would say.
Your granddad said that?
Oh yeah, he once said, "If you are light and bright and 2 shades from white, then I guess you must think you right."
Damn.
Facts. He
Crazy.
also was from the South. Yeah, he also was from the South. So please don't take that as
No. I thought it interesting though. You said a couple of key words though. You said you must think you're white, or you're right. You must think you're right. Was that what you said, or
Yes,
in the
sir.
quote? In that quote.
Yes, sir. You must think you right.
Okay, as Spider Beats, do you want to tell us about your personal experiences?
Yeah. So that's an interesting one. Because it plays on to what we were talking about. Which is this so let me give a history. So being the person that I am, I have a unique perspective, both experience and both for the inside and the outside. So being albino, it was not I didn't experience the colorism aspects as much as like someone like my brother, who was, you know what I mean? Because my questions were different. It was always like, are your parents, is somebody white? Or, I mean, I guess it was the same, but it was not the same, because even when I could explain it, when I go, no, both my parents are black, it would be like, you're lying, or you're it's not true. It would be, and I guess there is some kind of connection to that as well. So being albino is similar to being light skinned. I guess I could say some of the same experiences, but all these experiences are always in the way of saying, well, you're lying, or no, you must be, or like in the sense, you have to feel a certain way, or then I guess you feel like you're this way, or there was always this imposition upon me, like, I must feel like I'm better, or I must feel like, when I never felt that way. It was always just someone told me that I must have this trait. And so I felt like that is sort of put on that perspective. You must be enjoying this benefit you're getting. You must, and that's where that guilt comes from. Like, wow, I'm not feeling any certain. What are you talking about? So that was always my experience, was like, well, you must be lying, or you must be this, or you must be benefiting, or you must be enjoying this. This must be great for you. And think about that in the context of like trying to be black, where we're all trying to be in the same experience, and you're being told that you're not a part of this experience. You must enjoy not being a part of this experience. You must like the fact that people like you in this reason. Where I'm like, I have no control over that. You know what I mean? So I think that's where my experience is from.
Okay, Ro, you wanna take us away?
What is that?
What is that? Indeed, that is crazy, isn't it?
One more thing I might add, though, being albino too, is I don't benefit from any of the positive aspects of being light skinned. It's only the negative. So when people go, "You're the ideal," no, I'm not at all. Black people don't think that either, because it, just like you were mentioning in movies where, there's a lot of representation, and when there is, it's always in the negative concept. Well, think about the aspect of black albinos. Whenever we're in a video, it's either a vampire or at least with Krondon, he's representing a black albino, but he just happens to be a bad guy. But I can only say he's the first albino that's black that has been in a movie that wasn't specifically for a black albino to be albino. You understand? A black albino to act like an albino that we stereotypically think of. The ghost, the spirit, the Casper, the powder with the lightning powers. You know what I mean? He doesn't play that. He plays a black man that is albino, that is meant for that role because the character is a black albino. It's not a caricature of an albino.
I feel that. It's like those twins from the Matrix.
Exactly. That's a caricature. They're not even albino. That's the worst.
Right.
You know how many times people come to me and ask me about that? Am I related to them? That to me.
People really ask you that?
Yes, all the time. All the time.
Terrible.
Yeah, it's very disrespectful.
Bro,
All races.
I mean,
that's crazy. That makes you want to slap the shit out of somebody.
I know that would be disrespectful, but at that time, keeping it 100, they were probably the most popular albinos on screen.
They're not albino.
Well, okay.
That's my point. They're not. If it was a popular black person that wasn't black, we would.
Whatever you want to name them, I didn't. When I went into the Matrix, I did not go look up these gentlemen's race. I just saw two light-skinned gentlemen, and they fit the screen.
The stereotype.
So
I know.
So I get it. That I mean, okay.
A long time ago, we had black
I didn't know what race they were. I just know that they would look like they were albino on the screen.
They did that on purpose.
Now, I'm a sound a little ignorant right here, but like, I'll be honest with you. If it was not for Spider-Man, I would not know that albino people even existed, and that's just real. Spider-Man, the character Tombstone is a black albino.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah, if I didn't,
That's
if
another one. You're right. That's
they didn't.
Representation. I mean, he is a villain, but I mean, and
he's not even really spoken about. He wasn't even in the movie.
No.
Well, bro, do you mind if I speak on my black experience?
Go ahead, do it.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, bro, go. No, I didn't know you were back in. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Speak.
No, it's on you, bro, because you were called first, bro. I mean, I can
all that I was generally gonna say is my feelings on it with colorism, what I've had to deal with. is with me, I have to smoke. I gotta be a smoker. I gotta be a drinker when I'm not.
Mm.
So I get a lot of that from all kinds of people, and it's because of the hair and of course my color. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know, I'll interject. Everyone's conversation is really true. I'm gonna just say that um, my family members were Black Panthers, so like um, I was young and I wanted to know more about blackness. So I kind of like I took it upon myself, even though it wasn't always books and whatnot. But like I always had to like learn more about my blackness throughout on my own. Like there's so much you had to get it from your grandparents and like knowledge and books and movies and it's like when I concluded that blacks, no matter what shade you are, blacks catch a certain type of heat. We all do.
Mm-hmm.
We all, no matter what shade you are, light, dark, purple, black, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever blackness you are, you're gonna catch some shade for being colored, regardless of the tone you are. So I've had to learn how to fight back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I feel that. I feel that. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and go. I'll try and keep it short. Um, I so when it comes to colorism, I really experienced it more like outside than inside, because kind of like age to me, if you're black, you're black, right? And I'm looking out for black people everywhere, first and foremost, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to do it. You feel me? However, a lot of folks in my community and around me, they had a lot of colorism inside of them. You know what I'm saying? I remember jokes being made about girls in high school who were hella dark, and people used to talk about them just because they were so dark skinned, and dudes too. But I also remember jokes about people being light skinned. You know, I got these locks or whatever, but I remember when I used to get my hair braided, my stuff is super kinky, and they would say like straight hair is good hair, this hair is not good hair, you know. And so I grew up kind of experiencing all of those things, and luckily I never internalized them either way. But I think that in real life currently, there is a lot of colorism in the black community, right? On one side or the other, whether it's ignorance or it's on purpose, it's there, you know. And I think that it kind of has to be dissected a little bit, because I was teaching at this school, and these little kids are talking shit about each other because of each other's skin tones. And I'm just like, bro, y'all both black, bro. Y'all both black, because y'all are creating a divide between each other, and this divide is going. It just serves as another point where our community separates from itself. You feel me? Where it doesn't have to separate.
May I just interject right quick?
Go ahead.
What you just said right there though is exactly what they want. Like they want us to sit there as children and say, "Oh, you have darker skin. Boom, automatically you suck. Oh, you got lighter skin, well, automatically you suck." You feel me? Like they want that.
Mm-hmm.
That is the divide. The creation of the division of the black family starts number one at the child level. That's it. If they can get you to do that, they've already won. A confused enemy is a defeated enemy. Why did the Native Americans turn out so bad as slaves? Because they were able to run away to any village. Didn't matter what you were. They knew, hey, I ran away from the white man. Oh, for sure. Then you can come with us. And you can hang out here until we can get you to where we can get you either back to your village, or are you just going to be here with us? But that did not happen with us. When they brought the slaves over, there were so many black people already in America that the Europeans feared, oh shit, they might actually rebel like the Native Americans. So we need a way to break their spirit before they even realize that they have been broken. And how did they do that? By creating division within ourselves. The house nigga and the field nigga.
Right.
Every time I hear somebody say anything about somebody else, whether it be black, white, Asian, or whatever, I think about that. Damn. And they say that we ain't in the field no more. Then why are you acting like it?
Right. And you know what? people talk a lot of shit about Jay-Z, but that song he got, the story of OJ, house nigga, you know what I'm saying, field nigga, still nigga, light nigga, dark nigga, poor nigga, rich nigga, fake nigga, woke nigga, rich bitch nigga, still nigga. Okay, and we all looked at the same way. And it anytime an artist says something like that, especially on a track, I gotta give him props, because saying something at all in this environment is a big deal. Somebody said about me that I talk about the shit that black people don't talk about in front of white people. I talk about it in public, and I was flabbergasted. I was like, for real? Like, are we hiding it, bro? Are we hiding things? Is that what we're doing as a community? Is this shit that we not? I mean, there's shit that we ain't gonna talk about too much, but.
That brings up a good question though. Like, damn, because like, not to cut you off, but yeah, a lot of times that we in the black community have these feelings, we don't like to speak on it again, because if you do, I don't want to go say that to the white people. Why? Because they might be mad at me. Like, what?
Right.
What? Like, shit. Today I was driving, and this woman, she looked at me because we got this narrow ass street, and somebody has to yield. So I yielded to her, and she looked at me like hot, and I'm like, man, you know what's crazy? I was supposed to be, like that was what I was supposed to do. Like, yes, you must yield for me, for I am white, and you are not, and that is how it is. Good day. Like,
yeah.
Are we in Victoria?
That was a supremacy. Yeah.
Like, bruh, these, like, I can't stress this enough. They still think that shit. They love it. They love hearing our rap music, and we be like, yeah, motherfucker, bitch, fuck that bitch.
Let me jump on that one. So from my perspective, I've had an experience where white people who are real comfortable with black people will tell me I'm not black enough, and they're blacker than me. I've literally had white people say that to me, like, you're just not black enough because you don't meet these cohesive standards that we define as being black. You are not from Vallejo, so that, first off, you're not black. I literally had this conversation. Now understand me, and I'm very serious about this, and I'm trying to say, no, I'm not trying to fuck with y'all niggas if this is the way you're gonna behave. And understand that I got a phone call from a homie that was like, you know what, you were kind of out of pocket. You need to learn how to work on a team. And this is coming from a brother. And I'm thinking, did you read what I just read? Because these niggas is saying another nigga ain't black, and these white boys is black. And I'm like, all right, I ain't got time for this. And this is the perspective that I get, the dismissive, or don't worry about it, what people say about you, bro. It's not no big deal. It is a big deal when people dismiss you for who you are, or say that, you know what I mean, because you are not the perspective of what everybody else, the ideal black, that you are not somehow able to speak on something, or you're not able to understand.
But isn't that just one person that said that to you?
I actually had a couple, and I had a brother validate that. So
why don't you leave him alone? Why do you still?
I did.
There you go. Just leave him alone. Don't deal with him no more.
Can I throw one in there? I'm gonna make mine short. With the fact I'm a black male, straight black male with no kids, I've been asked if I'm gay because I don't fit. I guess you're supposed to have baby mamas and all this, and I'm like, of course not. I'm not. Of course I'm not gay. And no disrespect to anyone who is gay, but I'm just saying the fact that someone had the audacity to think so small, not small-minded, but to put me in a box because of what they think. And people are gonna always do that, bro. Like, I mean, can I sit there and debate with everyone who has a opinion about me? Like, I'm not, I get it all the time, so it is what it is.
Oh yeah, I mean, colorism, I mean, man, that's a big one, because see, a lot of people, right, one of the reasons why I started this, why I came to my boy and was like, bro, we could have something with this. Black and nerd are two things that go together very well, right? Like, a lot of people in the black community don't want to speak out on their actual nerdy hobbies. Like, for instance, how many black people do you know have model kits? or even know what model kits are. You feel me? A lot of them do, but they will never tell you that. Why? Because that's not black enough. That's not being black. If you like model kits, you like board games, you do all that, you're not black. You want to be white. You're trying to be something else. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because I play video games. I don't like to listen to the hardest of hardcore hip hop, so now I'm not black? Of course not. Even though,
Mm-hmm.
again, I'm darker than the ace of spades, bro. Like, what the? And then, you know what? Since we on the subject, I'm just gonna say it, man. I really had hopes for Black Lives Matter. Like, I really thought
We all
this,
did.
okay, here we go. We are about to have a turning point. We're about to put this bullshit behind us.
But
We're
George
about to come
motherfucking
together.
Soros.
Yeah. We're about to come together as a fucking people. But that didn't happen. Like, if anything, it stayed the same, if not got worse in certain places.
It got real bad.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there and I'm asking myself, okay, I'm black. I live in a free thinking society. Why do I now have to put something on my body that says I'm black? That tells other
Right.
people that I'm something that I literally was born into.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and
man.
verify my blackness to people.
Facts.
I mean,
And
you
then,
go ahead.
I was just gonna say in my closing remarks, man, don't ever forget that Malcolm X didn't get killed because he was like, hey, you know what? I don't think I like this system no more. No, he got killed because he was telling young black people that, hey, you don't have to hang out with just black people. You don't have to hang out with people that just look like you. You can expand your horizons and that won't make you any less black.
Black.
Yeah, that's
Right.
facts. That's facts.
And they killed him for it.
Mm-hmm. And
It wasn't white people. It was us.
I mean,
Don't ever
white
forget
people
that.
definitely had a hand in it though. I ain't gonna front.
Do you think that we? Do you think that we sort of keep ourselves in a box on purpose? Like for some, it's easy to play the role of, like for instance, like if we were to define like black nerd, we would say, oh, someone that reads, someone that's into comics, someone that's into gaming.
Mm-hmm.
Those things are things that I wouldn't say are difficult, but maybe not things that we are privy to because of our because of financial circumstances.
Right.
Maybe we're all born with video games,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe we weren't all born with these experiences that allow us to have computers and tech, or maybe we didn't even have a whole bunch of books in our house. Do you think that we are upset at at some of those experiences, and we bring the blackness to that experience and say, well, you're not black enough because you didn't have this experience, so you had this experience, which is, it's not white, it's more of a like he was saying, like, you know, you got a worldly experience,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
I mean, yeah, I think
You see what I mean? Like,
that's
are we hurting ourselves like that?
Of course we are as black
But
people.
on purpose?
No, not on
We know that
purpose.
we're-
No,
we know
not
that
on
we're doing
purpose.
it. Do we know
No,
that? Do we
no,
all understand that we're doing it?
No, we don't. Because
Think about it like this.
once most of us do, we change. Once most of us see the error in our ways, we change.
You think about it like this. This whole term of people being woke, that woke expression just relatively came up.
It
So
did.
that must mean that people have been asleep for a long time. And even still, like, a lot of our black brothers and sisters, they're black, but they're not in tune with, I mean, their blackness.
Right. Skin folk
I
ain't
mean,
kin
you're
folk.
black, but you're not in tune. I mean, you could be black, whatever shade, whatever, but like, being black is so much more than a skin.
Right.
It's like
And
you gotta,
and
like,
and it's even more than your financial status or where you grew up.
What would be the criteria? Let's drop.
I mean,
some.
you
That would
know
be
what?
good.
Honestly, the criteria would be know your history.
Right.
If you know,
Very good one.
if you truly knew of your black history, the shit we're going through is just the repeated shit that our forefathers went through. But that took me a minute to understand. I didn't get that when I was a kid or a youth.
Yeah.
You know, the books don't really teach you that.
They're
Right.
not going to.
Right.
They're not meant
But hey, but you know what? The books do teach you that, but not the books that were taught in school.
No, that's what I meant, brother. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay. And we got a question in the chat, and I agree with you completely. You know what I'm saying? And
You have to, if like the way that we are programmed, if you do not go outside of your comfort zone and get some other black knowledge, you're like lost out here because the program they got us black people of color. They program us to fight each other, to fail. There's so many programmed things in us that we don't even know, but you gotta like fight that system that's in you. When you see a brother in the streets, you almost, I bet you cats automatically get into a fight or flight situation from just seeing another black dude in the room.
That's also true.
And that's like, why do we do that? And it's like, dudes gotta at least be like, yo, what's up? Can you know what I mean?
Something.
Like,
Whether they're from this country or another country.
Yeah.
All right. Global blackness, black diaspora. Okay, all blackness, no matter what color they come from. You know, we accept many creeds. But in this vein, what are some criteria that we would like to find? So I'm throwing integrity with other black people. I want that in the pot. Like, are you treat them good, bro?
I have to say, to be honest, and if we want to talk about real blackness, man, we got to talk about this we got to have a non-victim mentality.
Whew.
And look at it like, because that, as a people, that holds us back. I'm going to say it, number one, right there. If we want to be real black, we got to start being forward thinking and think about our future as a people, not as us as an individual. Like, one of the things I hear a lot in our communities and talks all the time, especially when it comes about blackness. Well, we don't know our history, okay? But what have we ever done to forge a history? Except from, oh, well, we freed ourselves from slavery. Cool. Oh, we fought civil rights. Cool. We've made tons of innovations in this country. We've made tons of inventions in this country. And none of the black people have ever, again, it's like, it's almost
we don't get no credit.
Exactly.
We made it, but a white man's name's on it.
Exactly. If I tell people the black man invented the gas mask, okay, we are responsible for saving more lives in human history than anyone else ever, okay? We invented hair grease, combs, and the freaking traffic light.
And also medical science. Okay, shout out to Imhotep. Yes. Shout out to Imhotep, the first doctor boy.
Yes.
Stop playing with us.
I mean, fact. Like you said, man, know our age said it. Know our histories, bro. Like, we have done so much. And if more black people were able to stand on that, to stand on our innovations, to stand on our achievements, we would be able as a people to better move forward. I mean, I feel like in a lot of ways, there's so many things outside of our communities that we can relate to that other people use to springboard their own.
Dude,
I don't know.
I'm sorry. Yo, it is 2022. Bro, like, feel me. I bet you, I know youth that are like more woke than the parents because of all the shit that's been going on. These kids are with the shits. So if we as adults at 2022, like the word nigga and this term bitch and some of these gray situations, bro, it's not worth the headache.
Right.
It's 2022. Some of the shit we're gonna like, it's like a hamster on a wheel discussing. Like, bro, like that shit. Why? But here it is, 2022, and some of these matters, niggas need to really get some serious head check with themselves, bro. Because, and I'm not saying it's all about me either, but I know I'm really like on some military shit though.
I feel you. I mean, I'm there too. Like I said multiple times, I feel like we in a war already. All right.
When your white friends tell you things like, you say things that black people.
No, it was a black person. It was a black person who said that. I'm not naming names, but it's a thing.
Because you are a factor. Like the fact that you're the centerpiece of this podcast. You and King. You guys, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, but here it is. A lot of other black men could do it, but no, they'd rather just watch the football game and chill.
Yeah, or talk about Kevin Samuels.
That's what I'm saying.
That is a great point.
Hey, but again,
Kevin Samuels is a great point to read. Look, he tries to deliver information, right? He tries to deliver constructive information. However, the way that he delivers it is not, it's not hearable because it's not the way the attack and the demeanor and the condemnation and all the things that he's doing in the middle of his psychology, of his uplifting, right? Or his reality check is not really felt. Like there's different ways of doing it, and that's definitely not the way you do it. Even though it might be poignant, it might be true, but we don't do that because we know why. You just explained Kevin Samuels exactly.
Right. But you know,
there's a way of doing it.
There is, but check this out, and this is something that I don't even like myself. Different strokes for different folks. There's a person out there who's touched by Kevin Samuels, and maybe from that point we could get to them, and we could bring them to the next point. You know what I'm saying? And some people need that. It's not for me, right? And I'm at a different place. Okay, if you need that place, I can help you.
you would definitely attract more bees with honey. That's all I'm saying.
That's true. Let's know black wisdom.
hey, you know what though? It's funny because like Kevin Samuels and those fresh and fit guys.
Oh my god,
right?
bro! The whole red pill thing is so ridiculous. I hate it.
But like when you think about it though, that's what they want us. Again, we are fitting the narrative. It's so funny to say that. Like every time we see that, it's like, damn. Like there's this guy on TikTok that I follow, right? And he is like, he's a emo punk rock black guy, right? Hella chill, hella cool, and he like goes about his life and he talks about how he was bullied in school, how people used to ridicule him and be like, "Oh, you not black enough," or "Oh, why are you trying to be something that you're not? Why are you trying to be a poser and shit?" And he's like, "Dude, I just like this music and I want to like live this life. Why are you guys like? Why am I getting hate on this again from my own people?" And I'm like, "Cause man, you black, and you're not just black. Like it's hard to see it when you see it only one way." You know?
Right.
That's why we should redefine it. We got to redefine what it means, so we stop using these silly criterias to define it.
Right. And so it's we got to open up blackness then.
But like redefining it, like the conversation of the term nigger, niggy, nigga, like that's like, I don't know.
Look, man, I like saying nigga. I don't care what nobody else says.
Bro, come on.
It just rolls off the tongue so well.
Understand it. Like, we are, like, mind you, we have not been lashed on our back yet from a whip, unless somebody in this room has. I'm like, until somebody tells me in our flesh today that they've been through some of the shit our forefathers been through, we could persevere.
Also fact.
Like, so I'm not gonna get butthurt. Somebody uses the N-word, white person uses it. Oh my god! Like I'm not the one who. I don't care about that type of shit, bro. Like there's bigger fish to fry, especially in this world of my blackness. Like I'm not about to judge your tone, and I mean, but maybe that's me.
So then we could put that in the pot. You know what I'm saying? Non-judgment of other black people.
There you go.
What else would we want to put in the pot of blackness if we could make a pot? So
understanding.
I like that.
Understanding that even though people are black, everybody's still different in how they perceive things and how they see things. That's why when I talk to Spider, I tell Spider, if someone, and this is how I am, if you talk crazy to me, I'm gonna talk crazy to you, and I ain't messing with you. That's it. We're done. I'm not a person that's gonna take it to the head because people gonna have their opinions. They're gonna say what they want to say. But I believe that I'm not into keep going back and forth and all this kind of stuff. You know, some people, they're gonna have to change and be how they should be in their own time. Sometimes it may not be you that can do it. It may have to be someone else. You may have to leave them alone and let them go their own path. And maybe later on down the line, they'll learn how to understand what they're doing isn't right or what they're saying isn't right. You know what I'm saying? Like let me just go with Summer Man, for instance. He likes saying the word nigga. He said he likes rolling off. I don't trip off of it, but there could be some people that really trip off of other black people.
Right.
Like my mom and dad, you say nigga in front of them, they just
They go off.
They old school, so they like that. So it's kind of like we still got to understand everybody's different.
I wouldn't say nigga around anybody old school.
Right, right.
Because it's some respect.
Yeah, elders. You know what I'm
saying? Say nigga to my niggas.
Right.
You definitely don't want to disrespect anybody in the context of how they're structured. So it's
but what I'm saying is, it doesn't have to be older people. You can say around people that just don't like the word. They could be your age.
Right.
You really may not know. You may be around your friends. They may bring some of their friends along. You may be nigga. And then this one dude might not like it for whatever reason.
He might tell you the dashiki did.
Right.
Now, what happens then?
I mean, depending on the circumstance and the situation, maybe you could yield. You know what I'm saying? I think that might be the right thing to do. If I'm in Facebook groups right now where I can't say nigga, and they're black Facebook groups, they say we don't like the word nigga here, and I'm like, okay, that's what this group is about. I can say nigga over here, I can't say nigga over here. It's all right. I joined the group. I follow the rules. Okay.
And see that you did understand it. You understand how you had to deal with that situation.
Right.
It was more of understanding what you did.
May I speak on that right quick? Like, by you even admitting that you would follow the rules of a group, whether it be black or white, that you have never actually physically interacted with, that right there could be a knock against your blackness for some people. You feel me? Because they could say, "Oh, hey, you know what? Why do you follow rules? Why do you follow rules?"
Right.
That's so true, man. It's so confusing.
So like,
but then the question is, why are we letting these people dictate what is supposed to be right for us? Even if this dude's just saying, man,
because sometimes it's our own people.
No, bro, yo.
Whether it's my own people, if it ain't right, I'm not gonna do it.
All skin folk ain't kinfolk.
Like, why would I thank you, Roselle. Why would I let somebody's puny minds question my blackness? I would say, suck my dick. Hey! No, that's how I'm gonna say, suck my black dick. You, like, excuse me, because then I get really into my king blackness, not regular, not like, because understand, I'm so into my blackness that I'm gonna belittle you and yours, whatever you are. So I'm going to establish that I am royalty with my blackness to the point where you will never have the thought again to question my blackness. So once again, back to what when people question, if you sit there and answer, you're setting yourself up for debate.
Right.
And when they question your blackness, tell them to suck your dick.
Right.
Don't even answer it.
Right.
Don't even get a
that's a great point. That's a great point. So
no, it's good. It's good.
That's a great point. So when we dismiss the colorism aspect, then you should not be a part of that forever. You should really not, you shouldn't allow for dismissal of colorism. You should be like, if you're gonna dismiss me, fuck you. That's exactly where I was. I'm glad we understand. Yes, do not dismiss the reality, like, because I'm just gonna say, well, fuck you. There's no point. You're right.
But then also,
my point was.
But then also,
that's exactly what my point was in the beginning. When somebody comes out and says something so derogatory, we should dismiss them and not talk about them. They're not worth it. They're not worth our time.
But then also, as blacks, we should also be able to accept that there are going to be those that are so dumbfounded with your blackness that they may really genuinely ask, why are you so dope with your blackness? Or why are you such and such? Like, they're like, I mean, I get around my black
person should not measure another.
Just because we're all black doesn't mean we're on the same level either.
Who was the king of picking the level?
Yo, can we put that last one in the pot though? One black person shouldn't measure another.
That's what I'm saying.
Can we put that in the pot?
Whose rules are these?
There are rules.
There were, but let me.
Who's the rule? Who's the rule? Who's the most blackest in the world? Who's the most?
We can't call the most blackest. We all black. What can we agree together?
May I just say something real quick?
Good.
To that question though that he just posed, who made these rules? Okay, this was made by no one. This was an evolution of a people who were pushed and marginalized, and we had to create our own society within a society that already exists only to oppress us. You have to understand that there was no hope back in that time for Black people. Like, it was not like it was today, where we were
Come
like,
on,
hey,
man. Come on.
Don't do that. Don't you dare do that. No, it was
And
like,
it was a global thing too for a long time.
For decades, brothers.
For centuries.
sit down and do not. And that's so crazy because at one point we were at the height of the pinnacle of technological advance for this planet,
Right.
And yet the Chinese got gunpowder, gave it to the Europeans. They created the long barrel rifle, and that was it.
It was GG's for the world. Okay, how many African countries have been colonized at one point in time? Look at South Africa currently. When did they end apartheid? In the 90s, bro? I was alive.
I was alive.
You know what? You know what one of the main languages in Africa is, right?
English.
French.
No,
French.
Portuguese.
That too. Yeah, Portuguese, right. Portuguese.
Why do you think? Because Portuguese were in there first.
Right, the Dutch, and you know what? This is kind of a side note, but this is a hilarious story. I used to date this white girl, right? And she was Portuguese. She told me, she's like, "We're not white," and I was like, "Y'all were the first people to have slaves." That's as white as it gets.
That's a common misconception. The first people to actually enslave the African were the Middle East. It was the Saudi Arabia. So they were the first people to go to Africa, grab slaves, and then bring them back and be like, "Hey, we got a workforce." And then everybody started doing it except for China. China was the only one that did not really do African slavery, which is, I mean, it's just mind blowing to think that they were right there. They just was like, that's not us. Like that's not something that we want to do. And they left it alone. But they were enslaved pretty bad by the Japanese, and eventually, once the Norwegians got a hold of the slave trade, then that started getting crazy. That's why you see so many Black people, so many different places.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people went from Egypt out and they sailed, but a lot of people were taken from by the Norwegians and brought out into different parts of the world. That's why you see so many Black people in China. That was the Vikings, and then the Silk Road, which is how we got to Japan. I mean, literally, like, we went everywhere. It's so mind-blowing.
I just want to fast forward because people, we are on the cusp of 2022, and to have these forms of this intelligent conversation is important. But like, can we be forward thinking? Can we make conversation that will prevent us from falling on these issues tomorrow? What can we do? What could, like, I mean, I get it, like making a building nigga, like a perfect nigga. Oh, we'll be holding hands and.
No, I think we just need to be in a place where we don't.
I mean, that's
I don't worshiping and doing all these things that we're doing on people that maybe don't carry our torch as brilliantly as it should be. Maybe is a start. Maybe we should just
okay. Now, 2022. Are we really? I mean, you were fans of somebody when you were a kid. Are we gonna spend our energy looking at fans of people? I'm sorry, bigger fish to fry.
Way bigger fish to fry.
Wait, I'm sorry. Words like nigga, words like bitch, your sex.
But we gotta begin on
BLT.
Like there's too many. There's too like
What's
right
BLT?
now. We should make a list of the things that we aren't gonna address. Like, could we just officially put a cap on it? Like, bro, it's not worth our energy. It isn't worth our time. Because 2022, like, we have to use these forums to think more fast forward. We can't think about and address the shit that's not gonna get resolved on these 2-hour platforms, bro.
Okay, so hold that thought real quick. So
yeah.
Amani J in the chat says different blacks at different levels have different bigger fish to fry.
Also fact.
True facts. Because you know what though? If everyone was Malcolm, there wouldn't be Malcolm's foot soldiers and whatnot.
Right.
And I mean, like, there's levels to this shit.
That's
True.
like that's like when we talk about the Nigerians and they come over here and you know how they treat us, right? You know,
That's so wild, isn't it? That is
yeah,
so
you know what I'm
wild.
talking
Like,
about, right? That's what I'm
they-
saying. We need to get out.
I've never
How
had
funny.
more hate in my
Yeah.
life than from people from Nigeria, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
they
it's
be
so
off the
real.
hook.
The hate is so real.
But
Like,
that's why we need a building, nigga, man. We need to have a black code, bro. We need to have a black code. We need ways of treating each other.
I'm just saying, man. I went to high school.
No, brother. But see,
Boy, you did not want anything to do with us.
guys, you know what? Honestly,
Go ahead.
all you gentlemen are right. All you gentlemen are right. And Najee, I'll say once again, tap my hat to you. You being the pinnacle where it starts at you and King. When you say black code, we could say things like we need a new handshake. We need a new code word.
Mm-hmm.
We need
I'm
to,
with
like, as rappers, we need to like maybe record different type of shit.
Right.
Record the mode.
Right, and start pushing that shit and only that shit. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't push only that shit, sure, but push as much of that shit as you can.
Your podcast, Black Men Meet. There should be a Black Women's Meet.
Integrated rap. Dude, you know what? There should be a Black Women's Meet. That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Amani J?
There's levels to this shit. Like, understand. Why aren't there more Martin Malcolms? Why, like, I mean, I get it that everyone's not on the same level, but here it is, the conversation starts with us.
okay, to answer that though, one, there are tons of black female-led podcasts out there. Y'all should go check them out.
Of course.
Number two, the reason why we don't stand up, and I know y'all heard this 1,000 times. Every time they do, somebody puts us down, right? Which that's an oxymoron in itself. I mean, I heard something. Now this is controversial right here. Again, I heard somebody say this a couple years back. We should stop celebrating Black History Month, and I was like, what? And this was a black person who said this, and I'm like, explain right now. And he was like, check this out. We are the only people who celebrate the assassination of our leaders from the people who assassinated them. And I was like, damn, that's true though. Martin Luther King didn't kill himself. He was killed by the CIA. And we sit there and we let them celebrate him. They gave him a day. Rosa Parks was pushed off that bus, not because she was a black woman sitting in a seat. It was because she had the audacity not to get up. She didn't want to listen. And they was like, oh yeah, no. But again, they celebrate her for her achievements. And we eat it up as a people. Every year we sit here and we sign up for the same bullshit. We represent the same 5 people. Why? Because they tell us, hey, this is what you all should be aspiring to. And we are so mesmerized, brainwashed as a people that we were so happy that we had somebody to look up to, that the white people were happy for it, that we are like, oh man, ain't this great? Look at that. They sit here and they talk about Martin Luther King and we did that. That's so cool. Well, what has anybody else done? No, man, look, I hate Umar Johnson, but damn, I got to give him credit for at least trying to make a school. You know what I'm saying? He at least tried.
Give LeBron credit for making an actual school. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Your ends gotta justify your works. Your works gotta.
I would show you something that would make you.
Your works gotta come to fruition. Okay, if it didn't come to fruition, it was just a good idea, bro.
You know, Umar said some color and shit too, right?
Of course he did. Of course he
said some unbelievable stuff.
Those kind of people are a separate problem. I think they're like distractions. Oh, yeah. You feel me?
They are what Lex Luthor's greatest fear. People with power who get corrupted by their power, not their message, but their power.
Exactly. My man seen an opportunity. He was like, I can run with this. Yeah. You're gonna have pillows, sheets.
I'm sorry. You know what? Like, I'm going to looking at the big
really.
Picture.
Wait. I got some questions after you.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you have that. I'll
come back
to my thought later. Go
ahead,
bro.
Thank you. So Amani J, she says, check behaviors, not blackness. because we all have human behaviors, and how we behave is either for or against our life quality. She also said that someone said Garvey was like Umar as far as people's money and not following through. That would be kind of crazy. I haven't heard that about Garvey, but I mean,
I haven't looked into him like that.
I mean, I have looked into him like that though, and I have not heard that. But what I did hear is that they ran him out of business by saying that he was doing faulty business with his mailing list, which he wasn't, and he did employ a lot of black people in a lot of places.
I read that Martin Luther King was on some shady shit on the in his private life.
Right.
Oh yeah, he was an adulterer.
Extramarital.
Yeah, he had females.
I think. Go ahead.
Are you saying that even though great leaders, dare say, are human and make mistakes? Oh my God, is that possible?
People can make mistakes.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
Okay. Go ahead.
Mistakes and you fake, and I can't be around you. Like if you can't admit that you failed, and I watched you fall, then that means shit. If I give you some money, you gonna and it disappeared, and I'm like, what's happening? Where'd the money go? I don't know. How can I ever believe that?
Right. Because you knew.
Yeah, exactly. Like I saw you do this, and you gonna sit here and now tell me that that's not true? Like, come on, bro, get out of here. Get it out of here. Get it out of here. I like my people that have flaws.
Right.
Like,
it makes them real.
Exactly.
Hey, Amani J says Malcolm was clean because of halal.
I think clean is different though.
Hey, no, Malcolm was cool, and he started once he started being like, we should all be together, and the nation is pimping and selling drugs. That's when it was like,
yeah.
They're like, hold on, bro.
Wait.
You
Let me
too much information. And then after this, we're gonna go to Age of Star.
Okay. You talking to me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Oh.
It's on you, Scott. Go ahead.
So Dr. Umar, what he said, and I think it's more of a psychological trait of his, and what I'm getting to, because it's more than just accepting people's ideas, especially when they're leaders. He said to another light-skinned brother, you look in the mirror every day and have to prove to yourself that you're black. Me, I don't have to do that. I'm melanated. So that's a little different than being an adulterer.
I don't fuck with Umar. Umar is not my leader. Umar is not my leader in any way.
We're not talking about it.
I do not follow Umar. I don't listen to his videos.
What I'm saying is, when a black person tries to pull black unity together and he begins by dismissing black people, how do we justify that?
We kicked that motherfucker out. We kicked that motherfucker out. I will never in my life listen to any video that anybody sends me that says Umar Johnson on it. Like, hey man, Umar Johnson just told me blah blah blah. I'm like, no, bro. You need to tell me what he said. You need to tell me what you got from it.
I think you said it before in the earlier part of the show. Somebody's listening to Umar.
Right.
Maybe they didn't hear that. Maybe they don't care.
Hey, but I'm just saying, like.
But but look.
Go ahead.
Some stuff that he says, I will admit, are good and need to be said, and are true about blackness. Not everything, but he does say some of those things, and some of those people need that.
Brother,
we can only meet people where they are. Either we can meet them where they are, or we can send somebody else to meet them where they are. That's it.
I'm a Catholic right here. There is so much about the Bible I don't believe and don't follow. But I'm a Catholic and I have faith in the Lord. But I'm not gonna eat all of that shit and eat it in its entirety. I gotta pick and choose the signs from everyone and take the knowledge that applies that I can run with. There's nobody under the sun. Like I just said, if I could look at the Bible,
of course.
If I could look at the Bible,
black Mormons. There are black Mormons.
If I could look at the Bible,
there are black Mormons.
Right.
Let's be real.
Bro, no.
Black
That's
Mormons.
not the point.
Think about the history of Mormonism.
No. I'm not. That's not the point I'm making. The point I'm making.
They figured it out.
I'm not going to look at one person, especially a person of flesh, for 100% knowledge.
I agree, and I'm so serious. There are black Mormons that agree with you like that, but I look at them black Mormons and go, nah, Mormons are racist. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
but it's
really what it, come on.
It's not my place to judge them. As long as they ain't hurting me, I ain't got a problem with them. Y'all go ahead and do y'all Mormon thing, bro.
You know what? That's one of those conversations we should go into 2022, bro. Some of these topics that niggas are spending their minds
No,
on,
this was an
that shit is
analogy. This was
not
actually,
getting
this
you
was
nowhere,
a
bro.
metaphor.
Who's
or whatever.
racist?
Wasn't really
That's
wanting to
small
talk about
talk,
Black Mormons.
small fries.
I would really
Racist
want to talk about
conversation,
Black Mormons. It was
and
the
I get it.
metaphor
Great.
behind it.
Who's racist? Race, all that shit. That and I, here's the funniest thing, bro. As adults, we're over 18 and we're in our funny stuck ways. These kids ain't thinking like we are, bro.
That's very true.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
My race. Then I think, man,
They more together than ever.
come on, man, because they've grown up in a revolutionary world.
Yeah.
Right.
Some of them aren't though. What happened to the Texas Tea guy? Let's talk about the Texas Tea kid.
Who?
He thought he was okay. The guy that got smacked with the tea because he thought he was in the
Oh.
It's
No,
not.
he was tripping. He was tripping.
No, they're confused. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was being what he naturally thought was okay. That's why he felt like.
And whatever his natural thoughts was tripping.
No, but he was one of these kids though. He was one of these kids we're talking about.
Man, look, he a badass kid. His parents need to handle him. He need to close some boundaries or something.
The MO that society had placed around him. That's why he thought it was cool. And the dude had to be
what?
Yeah. But look at the response of that though.
He had to be reminded. Yeah.
Right, and that's not my problem, bro. That is not my problem.
A nigga would have got his hand cut off, thinking about striking back.
Right.
Now niggas is whooping these white folks' asses
as it should be.
Videos and celebrating it, bro.
Right. If a motherfucker steps out of line, look, I'm gonna keep it real, 100%. If somebody steps out of line against me, yeah, right. It doesn't matter at that point wherever they're coming from, whatever their history is, whatever brought them to this point. They got to be dealt with right here, and right now. You know what I'm saying? And we'll deal with whatever is going on with them afterwards. But that's on their ass, just like it's on all of our asses. If I make a mistake, you know who's gonna be dealing with it? Me. If I make a mistake when I'm talking to the cops, they're taking my black ass to jail, and they don't give a fuck if I got kids. They don't give a fuck if none of that shit is happening. So I gotta be on point. You know what I'm saying? Being on point is good, and we should encourage our people to be on point. But if somebody steps out of line and they do something that's too far, then they gonna have to pay the consequences for doing that. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what, Naj? Once again, I gotta give you another nod because your podcast, Black Men Meet, you are as a black man, you're trying to empower your black men. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta take extra knowledge of ourselves, especially being on these media outlets.
Right.
Especially perpetuating what our blackness
is
under a microscope.
Mm-hmm.
We're on camera.
Right.
Black.
Bro, I've had people say crazy shit to me.
Come on, man. Come on.
I had somebody come in here spam nigga in my Discord. Okay, I had a black person say I'm telling black secrets. I had white people literally tell me that I'm not black enough, that I could be doing more for my black community, that they can help me to be a better black man. I said, what, bro? What? You
It does offend you.
sent me. They sent me messages. I was like, wow, this is crazy. Hey, but look, I'm gonna tell you what I did. I sent them my diss track, which is to all SJWs across the world, all fake woke people across the world, whether you black, white, purple, brown, or you know what I'm saying, whether you don't or do get down, it's for you. If you if you fucking up. Sent it to him, blocked his ass.
There you go. Damn. That's what I'm talking about. That's how you do it. Nigga. Bye.
Right.
Good gone. Peace out.
Real quick though, to speak on what Spider had said earlier about that Twisted Tea incident, that was pinnacle, like perfect. That was like a microcosm event, right? That was like the prime scenario of black reaction, right?
Yes.
Like,
can you say nigga? Can you say nigga? There's your answer.
Right. No, you can't, bro.
I don't even have to answer anymore. I'll show you the video.
Right. Don't ever think about it again.
Would you like to see the evidence?
Here's something though, to flip that over, right? There was an incident 2019, 2019, down in Florida. Some guy got into an argument with a woman, black. Her boyfriend came out, Boyfriend pushed the guy. Guy fell down, pulled out a gun, killed the boyfriend. Right. White guy killed the black guy. The white guy was older. When they went to the interrogation, right, he was being interrogated by 2 white officers. His demeanor, his speaking, the way he spoke, he talked like he didn't do anything wrong, as if the people in there were going to congratulate him for killing a black man, right? Now, why is this relevant? Because the person that he killed was a regular, everyday, average, well-to-do black man who did what any other black man would have done in that situation, when seeing somebody yelling at their girlfriend and kids, right? Like, and I can't believe I'm saying this. You could watch the video and everything. Like, it was unbelievable how this dude was like, yeah, nope, I did that. Like he said, he got so comfortable, like so comfortable in this idea that you can just do this, because a lot of people now, again, partially that was fueled by the insane, I don't know what happened, this insane energy that was flowing through these people when Trump was getting elected, and while he was in office. I don't know what that was about, but that was mind-blowing, right? But we had incidents just like that all across the country, because while they were isolated, they were contained, because they didn't want people to truly, like, oh my God, ask the bigger question. Why does that guy feel like that was okay?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
with the Texas T guy, why did he think it was why did he feel super comfortable? He must have said that a lot of times before that.
Yo, why does somebody feel comfortable to message me that I can be a better black man, bro? And you don't even know me. Okay.
In all these scenarios, back in the day, there have been more you kill, you do damage to a black person. You take a black woman from a family, rape them. I mean, all these acts, it was more acceptable back in the day. Right. People are still feeling like you can kill a black man and get away, but things are changing. Things are changing. It may be changing slow, but like, it's 2022. I truly believe that we as black people, we got to get with the program even in our heads. We got to change. We have to, like, before society can change, we as individuals have to change. There's a lot of change. You could start by saying hello when you see a strange black person in the morning. You could change by just being cool with another black person. You could change by not letting some of this dumb shit get to you. I mean, niggas be attacking me all the time, bro. Fuck them. I tell them to suck my dick all the time. It's nothing, bro.
So
it's just what it is,
code.
Bro. Like,
going back to the black code, say what's up to black people when you see them.
Yeah.
It could be simple as that. And look, if we all got a code that's simple and that's like well defined, you know what I'm saying, with little room for interpretation, it could be easy to follow, and we can know when motherfuckers know what's up. Like, are you following the code, bro?
I keep forgetting that I'm like 50 and some change, because older people usually do say, if you see an older gentleman or lady in the room, they always say, what's up? It's the youngsters that have a problem, and I get it, because I was young at one time. I would never belittle the youngins, but like, we blacks, we got a hell of a chip on our shoulder, bro.
Right.
We gotta let some of that chip go. We gotta like let that shit go. We gotta. It's 2022. Some of these battles aren't worth fighting.
And I think that's like the biggest thing, is letting some of that stuff go, and thinking about that.
Gotta stop this victim mentality.
Right. But we also got to focus on mental health on an individual and a group level.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
And
support. Right.
And this podcast serves that purpose for us, for mental health, for black men, inadvertently. And we don't really talk about it that much, but it's kind of baked into the, I don't know, I think the chi, the energy, the feng shui, right? But my partner and I, we talked about the show a lot, and Noir King and I talked about the show a lot, and what we wanted from the show before it all came to fruition. And a lot of it was to do with with mental health and was creating a space for black men to be able to talk about our stuff and be honest and be open. Because I was like, you know what, I don't really have a lot of spaces where I could just talk with other black men and say the things that I want to say, you know. And she was talking to me about mental health, right? And she asked me what kind of thing that I would like. I was like, what the fuck? What would I like? And I'm like, I would like to be able to talk with other black men about black shit, you know. And so that's a big part of, I think, what makes your show what it is. And I think that's important. I think this is important, and I think replicating these kind of things and these kind of experiences is important, so that we all can get some, so that we all can be healed up. So when the shit comes that really gets to us, it don't gotta be as hard. You know what I'm saying? We got people that we can call, that we can talk to, that we know, that we have been like honest and vulnerable with, that we can trust. You feel me? And it makes things better.
No, I agree. I mean, again, one of the things that I see a lot in our community as black people, especially here in America, a lot of stagnation. Like, yes, we have the NBA, yes, we play in the NFL, yes, we play in all of these sports leagues, and we have record albums, and we've literally created a culture within a culture of oppression. That in itself is a monument to our success and resilience as a people. I cannot stress that enough. But I feel kind of like we are the Imperium of Man. We are so comfortable in our facts that we have hit such a golden age as a people in certain respects that we kind of just like, all right, well, I mean, think about it like this. Dr. Dre, right? Love Dr. Dre. He's from Cali. He's one of my favorite producers / rap hip hop artists of all time. And he has done a lot of things in the black community, right? But when you look at Dr. Dre and then you look at Snoop Dogg, who was actually running the street and being a gangster and doing all that, he got little league teams. He's like trying to encourage people, young black men, to do other things besides just be rappers. He's trying to get kids into college. He's trying to do all these different things.
Right.
And, you know, that's crazy to me. I mean, look at The Rock, right? Same deal. He's trying to inspire young black men. He's trying to inspire young people to try to expand their horizons, because at the end of the day, the NFL, the NBA, all that is just a business. Like, right. It's a product. It's not a sport. It's like, no, here's the thing. A lot of things in the black community, again, we argue over things like sport. Like Spider said in the beginning, why do we idolize these people that we ain't never met? We talk a lot about sports teams and stats and stuff like that on players that literally could change in a heartbeat, right? But the thing that's so crazy about it is, at the end of the day, it is a product. It's not, there'll never be the greatest NBA player of all time. There'll never be a single trophy. Like the NBA will never, the NFL will never, the WNBA, I don't care, any of it will never have one player. There will never be a NBA death match where all the other teams die and there's no other NBA team but one. It's just, that's not gonna happen. So we sit here and again, we stagnate ourselves because we try to achieve the one thing that we see other black people doing. But there's so many other things that black people can do. I see a lot of stuff on social media. Blue collar jobs are so bad. Why? Who is going to clean your toilet? But black people, we say, oh, well, I don't want to do that. I'm sorry, plumbers make $180 an hour. Okay? Like, hey, you don't want to do that? You rather,
yeah.
I'm sorry. You don't
that's low-key making bread.
Bro,
electricians and all that, yeah.
Yeah, I knew this plumber. He told me straight up, if for me to even come out to look at your house before I even do any work, it's $180. It's $180 for every hour that I do the work, which you supply the product. And, okay, I bring my own equipment and my peoples, and that's it. That's all I do. And I do the work, and I'm out. And it usually takes me 2 to 3 days. Think about that. 2 to 3 days at $180 an hour.
That's
for
bang.
an 8-hour shift.
That's bang.
And you ain't doing nothing but laying tile, bro, and eating burritos and laughing about fucking quinceañeras and shit. And the next thing you know, boom, you out.
Right.
But we over here like, nah. I met this guy a long time ago. His name was Ezekiel. He was a young black kid. He wasn't. He was a young black man. He wasn't a kid. He was a black man. He had a gardening business, and he went around and he only did black people's yards. But he had his one little station wagon, and he went everywhere. He was going everywhere, and I will never forget it because he was like, "Bro, what are you doing, man? You should start a business. Like, you sit there, you in your house, you ain't doing shit. Like, come on, kid. Like, you could do stuff." I'm like, "Yeah, but you know, black people we don't really do that." And he was like, "I'm doing it," and I was like, "Damn, you're right though." Like that guy. I talk about that guy with the Ferrari a lot. The gardener with the freaking Porsche. He was like, "I live in the South. I never had a Porsche before, but I wanted one. So what I do, I went to the junkyard. I bought a junk Porsche. I went on YouTube and the internet, and I looked up how to fucking fix a Porsche. And now I have a Porsche. Okay? No one else has a Porsche but me. And I made it." And I was like, "Yeah, what?
Who does that?"
Huh. Yeah, like who? But see, and then if you tell them that they black, they look at you like,
Yeah.
We're not supposed to do that. Exactly.
Right,
yeah,
right.
exactly.
That's what we gotta put it in the black hole. Being smart in this motherfucker, man. We
Like, why is
all this shit that we invented, there's no reason that we can't be smart and that being smart is not cool. That's stupid that they made being smart not cool. And that we let them. Okay.
Especially in the black community, like I said, you will never get picked on harder than if you want to be intelligent in the black community. Like I read this post, it was like, "Yo, you talk so refined because you're trying to be white." No, I'm sorry, I'm just black and intelligent. Like,
Yeah, but yo,
with that.
and you know what? As a black person, some of these are staples of society. You sound too smart. What are you doing? Bro, I get it. These are all staples. But as we fast forward into 2022, bro, on some other shit, we got to be able to overlook these matters because we know they're small.
Right.
We know, like, I'm sorry. I'm like, these people who have these small conversations and small ideas of what blackness is, they're small to me, and I can't even waste my mind space on them, bro.
And I feel you. So look, we're about to wrap this show up, but I heard a quote today that was really powerful and I think is relevant to this conversation. They said that power is not in the many, but in the few. All right, not in the many, but in the few. And I think some of these voices, they're the voices of the many. They're not the voices of the few, because we are the few, right? We're here and we're putting in the work and we're working together. You know what I'm saying? And we're a unit. And we, as people, as individuals, can work with each other to build and to create things. You know what I'm saying? That are bigger and above and beyond ourselves. And that should be the thing that we focus on.
Oh, you know, I got one. Since we've been talking about it, and since Age mentioned being woke, you know, I feel like as in the black community, when this whole like trend of being woke and starting to speak up and say things, it almost like I felt like here's wokeness, here's the black community, and it did one of these, right? It didn't do one of these. It didn't cut straight through it. It just kind of skimmed the top. Yeah, and it didn't. It was so interesting because as it skimmed over us, I'm just looking at it like we've been talking the same shit for years. I mean, man, I don't know how many scrap yards I've been to where old black men have been telling me the same shit that I'm seeing these people talk about right now. And then something happened. I woke up one day and I read a post that said, you know, it's kind of funny that Black Lives Matter happened and the people who are championing it harder than black folks is white women. And I was dumbfounded by that. Like, how dare they post that? Like, what? Like, how dare you say that? Like, there is no way you gonna tell me that some white woman is sitting over here gonna tell me Black Lives Matter is harder than me. What?
SJWs, bro. SJWs.
But you know what?
It's a trend.
Once again, I'm just gonna put it out there. When people address me and when I read things, I'm reading it from a king with my blackness.
Right.
So a lot of this shit, it doesn't even resonate with me, bro.
Right. So
sorry,
look,
Niggas are small. These posts are small. These people are small. They're just small to me, bro.
I feel you.
Dave Chappelle said it best. The internet, Twitter it's not real, bro. Twitter is not real. It's not a real space.
Right.
Like, nothing on that is real. The people there are not real. They don't care about
your dick, bro. It's good.
Facts you. They don't even know who you are.
Not real.
They don't even care.
Exactly.
Like, man, don't waste your time. Don't waste your energy on that shit. Like, Twitter is used as a promotional gadget, and that is it. Like, don't ever be like, oh, Andre, you be on Twitter like that? Fuck no. Because I am an adult, and I like to keep, this not full of that BS. I mean, shit. There was a thing where dude was like, where do you get your political opinion from? Oh, I find my political opinion from Twitter. Huh? Your political opinion from Twitter? Bruh, you do know that that's what happened to Gulag, bruh. Like,
right.
Go to the Gulag and shit like that.
So look, in this Black unity that we building right here, let's end by putting some things in the pot. One thing each. I'm gonna put trust in the pot. Trust other Black people.
I'm gonna put acceptance.
All right.
I'm gonna put forward thinking.
Okay, forward thinking.
Respect.
Okay, respect.
I'm gonna stick with understanding.
And understanding. That's 5 good things. That's 5 good things right there. We got it all on film. All right.
Hey.
So when we start having town halls and shit.
Hey, we gotta bring that back for the Black community, man.
Man, for real. Townships, bro. Come on.
You could do that on Zoom. Send out hella invites.
Hey, check this out though. You could do it on Zoom, but you could do it even easier using Facebook and using Twitter Spaces and the Facebook, I don't know, voice, whatever they call it. And people already do that. Okay.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah,
people they're not calling them town halls, but they having spaces where people have these bigger conversations. And I seen one that had like D Smoke in it and like Snoop Dogg and somebody else, and they was talking about something about hip hop. And I was like, what, bro? And that was just last week. Megan Fox, I think, has them all the time. And there's a lot of very powerful Black people having these spaces online. And I think that these are ways that we can actually have some of these bigger conversations and join some of these bigger conversations.
Good idea.
Yep.
Look, next time I get one, I'll let you know. Because I'm not like up on, I don't know when they be having them because they be kind of random sometimes. But I see them all the time. I'm like, damn, bro.
Really? Send them to tag me in one, please.
Yeah,
that sounds fun.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I've been in some of these spaces and I'm just like, damn, this is crazy. And as a matter of fact, I know one that's being held on, what is that app called? I just got it. It's called, Clubhouse. It's called Clubhouse. And Ramen Jamal and Hip Hop Congress, they're having a meeting. I think it's like on Sundays or something like that at 2 on Clubhouse. So that's like local, that's hip hop. We could all join that, and that's consistent. But then they also got these other bigger ones, and I'll let y'all know about that too, for sure.
Dude, that's
for sure.
Thank you, bro.
All right. Are we doing final thoughts? We at the final thoughts? We hear final thoughts?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. Final thoughts for tonight. Neil deGrasse Tyson is not an anomaly in the Black community.
No, he dope though.
He is dope as fuck, but he's not an anomaly. He is. It's like I don't. Intelligence is not something that is wasted on. It's like, not to make a 40K reference, but it's almost like, man, Black people are smart. That's like, I feel like people like that's like work science. How does it work? How are you smart? What do you mean? Like what?
Yeah, it's in our blood, bro.
Back.
I got million-year-old DNA floating inside of me. I don't know what these other motherfuckers got. And I ain't here to judge.
Can I do my final thought piggybacking on what you said? Because, yes, sir, you do have million-year-old blood in your blood. And that's why I follow you. I wouldn't say that about every other guy. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these niggas are poodles.
I feel you.
But see, like, I have soldier in my blood, too. That's why I respect your direction and where you're going.
Thank you.
My final thought is, like you said, I'm gonna just repeat what you said. The power is in the few, bro. I seriously doubt that everybody has the strength to persevere. I really don't think. I don't think, and that's cool. Like some people, everyone's not supposed to be a rook or a bishop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's cool, but everyone.
Some
got
people
to
are pawns,
find their
bro.
place.
That's right.
Everyone got to find their place and be comfortable with that.
Also facts.
So
Not everybody.
and that's what I'm saying. That's okay, but you got to be comfortable with your spot and play your position. That's what I'm saying.
Bro, Spider.
You want to go first, row?
Oh no, you can go ahead, man.
All right, final thoughts. Let's see. We should have more of these. These are good discussions. These are good discussions because it allows for openness and space. There's not a lot of talks. Like, I mean, I guess they're coming out, but these are good. I like this. This is good.
Cool.
Secondly, I think we should be talking to each other and less like getting our vibes from things that are not relative to us. We should be talking to each other about things and getting our info and knowledge from each other. There's this idol worship idea is just, it's irrelevant when we have people like us to go to. That's really more important.
Right.
Yeah.
Like if we are kings, right? We don't need to be looking for other kings.
True.
A lion does not take opinion from a sheep.
Yeah.
Ruling
Brother.
our kingdoms, you know what I'm saying?
Come on, man. And you know, like, come back to the pack, bro. Like, I'll say it on air. Najee is a soldier, and I ride with Naj. You know what I'm saying? And we got to be able to accept that, hey, this brother, maybe my brother on the side of me, he's the direction I need to fuck with, but I'm going to put my ego to the side and ride with my brother.
Ooh, that's hard,
They gotta
though.
really check their egos, bro. And I'm not just using Naj, but I rock with all y'all. But it's like we gotta check our egos and be like, bro, it's not. I think sometimes these likes and all this shit has gotten to us, bro. We need fuck these likes from strangers. Make sure your niggas like you.
Facts.
Right.
Good with your family. The niggas like your niggas on your block. Fuck that bitch in Australia, even though she's cute. You like her pictures or like being cool with them niggas over here. Like, make sure you're good with the niggas around your way, bro. That's what I'm gonna say. Thank you for the evening too, Naj.
Hey, thank you, bro. You wanna take us away?
Yeah, man, it was a good show. I loved it. Man, it's good getting a bunch of kings together and talking it out. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna definitely have to check out one of your video game podcasts. Get on there with y'all. I think me, you, and Spider should get up on there on some like Call of Duty or some Battlefield. That's what I'm trying to wait. I'm trying to get that to happen.
We already talked about that.
Yo, hey, if we do Halo, I'll do that. But if y'all really want to do Call of Duty, I'll play Call of Duty with you. Okay?
Let's do it. We should do it, man.
I'm open. Y'all know me. Noir King and Spider know I get out on fighting games. That's my thing. I love fighting games. I love fighting games like nothing else. But I'll play everything else. Especially, you know what I'm saying, when my dog's playing, we rocking. It's good.
Yeah, I need to put together.
I was just playing Halo earlier and Call of Duty too.
Okay.
You guys playing Halo on that new Xbox?
I'm playing on this new PC.
You got on the PC.
I'm playing on that Series S. It's nice. It is nice.
I would love to have it. But I was like, let me just go ahead and get PC so I can play the other fighting games that I want to play.
So is the Series S out now? Is it out like it?
Love you guys though.
Take care, bro. Stay blessed.
Is that Series S out now? Can you just buy it?
No, he had it for a minute, but you know what? They had it at Costco. They had it at Costco.
Okay.
They still got them. You got to go to nowinstock.net.
Yeah.
Go to where?
Nowinstock.net.
Nowinstock.net. Okay.
Yes, that's where I got all my shit. I got a graphics card. I got a PS5. I got a Nintendo Switch recently. I got a Nintendo Switch Lite this morning when you can't get one. I just got one. Look for one. You can't find a Nintendo Switch Lite right now.
Nope.
I just bought one from Target. You gotta
enjoy it while they last.
Right.
because
Yeah.
Nintendo's about to ditch the Switch.
Yeah,
Really?
he's about to ditch it. He's about to be gone
That's
because
so
they got
crazy,
the new
but-
M1.
Yep.
Because yeah,
Big-
M1 tech.
What?
Every time the tech every time this chip switches,
Hold
they
on.
gotta jump on
Let's
it.
let's talk about this off stream.
Yeah,
Man, y'all take care. Y'all stay blessed. You already know what it is.
Yeah,